Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, December 27, 2016 at 10:15 p.m. Birmingham. And once again, talking about prophecies that's come out. And we have to thank Mark Taylor, the fireman, for his prophecy that he had in 2011, and I believe it was in May, and Kim Clements, who had his in April of 2007. And I don't know why we didn't hear about his first. I guess it was all for a reason. And Trump would have been elected without these prophecies, in my opinion, because if God set it up, then it was going to happen. But for us to hear about these prophecies, it gave America so much hope based on Mark Taylor's alone, just his prophecy. And it's like getting a booster shot of feel good, and that's kind of where it started. That's where people started having hope. And in the last few months of Donald Trump. But there's a lot of things I want to mention that even today, still today, Hillary and Obama, even though Obama now cusses Hillary, they still have the same agenda. They're not about to say he earned it, and they never will. And they're still going to continue to do all the things that they're doing to try to disrupt everything that Donald Trump has to do, which will all fail, every bit of it. And by Obama and his, and Hillary and hers, they're going to lose. And what I mean by that, they're going to lose in life. They're going to lose all that they have stashed, that they have stolen. That money is going to be returned to people. They're going to lose just by the fact that they still stand up and keep blaming each other, keep blaming Russia, keep blaming Trump, keep blaming Bush, keep blaming everybody but themselves. And yes, it was Russia that went in and told Hillary Clinton, you better not call anybody to help them. You know it, right? And a lot of the prophecy channels and shows that we do watch, some have not even mentioned the prophecies of Kim Clements or Mark Taylor, but they will. They'll get on, but they've not, because they're more interested in selling their own books and their material to stay alive and their food, although a lot of them have stopped or backed up on selling bug out food because, we see now that we may not need to worry about that at least for 8 years. But make no mistake about it, after 8 years, this world will change again, but then we'll be gone. We're not going to go into it. And also, you heard Kim Clement say all these news channels that's reporting falsely, he said they're going to stand up and tell God the truth. They're going to stop lying. He's going to bring them to the front and center. And he specifically named Washington Post, New York Times, and he also named The View. And of course, there's other false news reporters and we're talking about the liberals, the left, the Democrats, all these lines of stations, they will do an about face. It'll take them time, but the longer it takes, the more it's going to hurt them. Making a comeback, finally, after you're forced to tell the truth, is going to be hard. And they've told so many lies, they don't know where to start telling the truth, because they'll know they'll start getting caught in the lies they told along the way. And you're aware of that, I know. But again, it's the shows that we depend on daily about prophecy, what's happening, what's coming, and what should we fear, what do people think, those who really learn and know and study the Bible. But let me tell you a few things that, in my opinion only, no more, just mine, I don't think we're going to have a new Madrid fault quake anytime soon that's going to rip up the Mississippi River all the way up above Missouri. I just don't believe that's going to happen. In honesty, I don't see it happening as long as we are here. And I'm talking about those who are saved, the Christians. I don't believe there's going to be a tsunami on the east or the west coast, not in the next 7 or 8 years. I just believe these things all have been postponed. If God didn't, if he postponed this nation going under, as Ronald Reagan said, one nation that does not go to God is a nation that's gone under. And he said, you'll see that when you stop going to God, then you'll go down, you'll go under. And so this nation is going to turn to God. People in it will come back to God. They'll start going back to churches. They'll start wanting to learn the things that we really need to fear. And that's one person and all his evil doers, and that is Satan. And so we'll see a change in the church for the better. And the quicker the church will change, the fewer and fewer people you have that are fighting on the streets and that are shooting people, that are dealing in drugs. Those things will slowly back off. They'll never go away by any means. They'll still be here. But the children won't get caught up in it. That will be changing. The second prayer goes into schools. It was a slow brainwashing to turn their ways. It'll take as slow of a time to return back. I don't mean that slow. I say within 4 years, we'll have less than half of those on the streets that were praying doing the things they used to do. There'll be a big break in it. Tom Horn, he's broadcasting finally, and he's been saying it. He said, America needs a revival or America's going to burn. Tom Horn, you're getting your wish. You're getting your prayer, and you're getting your prophecy. Revival is coming back to America. We are going to turn around, and it's going to make a huge difference. And one more thing, Israel, still in the center of all this. Kim Clements, his prophecies, Mark Taylor, his prophecies, and all the other people that have prophecies. The ones who have prophecies that we need to be looking hard at are the ones who are telling the truth, meaning prophecies have come to pass. They've happened, or they're happening today. There's a lot of them on there that people are just blabbing. And I have gone by what other people said that I trusted and believed, and I myself said that I thought that there would one day be a new Madrid fault quake, but I've never believed it would be while we were here. Not once, not any of these things. The only thing I thought we would see would be a tsunami while we were here, but not an earthquake that would split this country in two. And as far as the one that lies in California, yes, I believe we'll see that. But the country will be united together and coming up and taking care of things quickly. But keep in mind, front and center of it all is Israel. God's elect, God's picked, God's very special people. We are, keep in mind, well, the Bible says, even the very elect would be deceived if it were possible. That is talking about us, Christians, all Christians. Chosen are the Jews. God's chosen people are the Jews. We are God's elect. We chose God. And another thing, America will be the most powerful nation on earth in a military, in many ways, but military in the amount of funds that's pouring in, that's going to even allow us to start helping other countries that we should be helping, and we're going to stop everything that's been going out to people who's not helping, just like Benjamin Netanyahu did yesterday when the UN went uncontested in their vote to discredit Israel as even being a nation. Yesterday, Netanyahu spoke up. Others, many people, even John Kerry of all people, he got ticked because that our ambassador to the UN did not stand up and veto the solution of the election or whatever they were having. He didn't do that, or she didn't do that. And that was a mistake. And even John Kerry of all people said, boy, that was a screw up, bad, and that's going to hurt. But God has given us another chance, because Donald Trump is going to be arm in arm with the Jews all the way through. The number one country ranking on this earth will be Israel. The amount of oil and natural gas will be Israel. Number two in oil and gas, United States. Number one in military is America, but number one in military and the power of God is Israel. Number three in oil producing in a monetary basis and bringing in hundreds of billions is going to be Iraq. And I believe solely because Iraq is going to be the first seat of the Antichrist, the first seat. And that is 50 miles west of Baghdad on the river Euphrates. I think it's the river Euphrates. But in any case, I just had to bring that out and let everybody know where people stood here, people over here stood. They will eventually come together, and we will be a very powerful United States of America once again. Jody Wolf Expoz.